Back at it again here in the Super Mario 3D All-Stars collection again. So that means we're going to be playing one of the other two games that I did in LP. Back at it again here, we're going to be starting off a brand new LP. And just like last time with Mario Galaxy, if you expect how it's going to be, you might be sorely mistaken. But enough of the ramblings and preambles, we're going to be starting off our brand new LP, starting now. Super Mario Sunshine. So let us begin our introduction.
Ooh, look at that!
Welcome to the sun-drenched tropical paradise of Isle Delfino. We're so pleased to welcome you to our beautiful home. Come enjoy a natural wonderland to which we've added the world's finest resort facilities, a spectacular amusement park, and succulent seafood. All this and more await you on Isle Delfino. Come relax and let us refresh your body and spirit.
Mario? That shadow! Those were the dunes.
Quite good.
My boy just wants to sleep. But yeah, no. Welcome to Super Mario Sunshine. And yeah, no, this is just how it's gonna
Super Mario Sunshine!
be going on. So basically, what we're all just gonna do is that you can just go here to the options. They all have like the rumble feature. If you want to put it in stereo, surround, which is mono. But we also got subtitles, which I'll keep as well. But in all these files, I've actually have played Sunshine to an ungodly amount that I should probably put on screen that I've beaten this game twice and I'm doing another run. Technically, I've beaten this game 4 times. Like twice is normal. Like one just normally on the game. One as a completion, and then one again was just normal options, but just learning some tricks. And then the final one was just the lowest amount of shines you can collect to beat this game. And it's actually was pretty fun to do. But the preambles out of the way, we're just going to be starting off with file number 1. That's pretty much it. I will give a caveat saying that this LP for me is going to be a completion. Well, we're going to be getting every shine sprite, every blue coin, everything else in the game. And I'm actually going to show some other tricks in this game where I'm actually going to be forcing myself to play this game normally, where as if I were playing this on my own time or with my friends. And yes, I have done a race with my friends and we all just stopped because the other two just stopped playing. Is that I'm going to be playing this game normally because I usually play this game with some speedrunning tricks. Yeah, some speedrunning tricks or techniques that I've learned just by sitting down and learning them. So, that out of the way, let us begin.
What happened? What's this icky paint-like goop? It's moving.
Now, boys, don't touch that stuff.
Excuse me, but... Huh?
I am most concerned with the well-being of the princess in this dreadful heat. Master Mario, if you would, cross over to that shore and find some assistance.
God, every time I hear the voice acting for this game, it feels weird to hear like voice acted cutscenes in a Mario game, especially back in 2002. Jeez, I am older than this game. Anyway, Mario, be careful. I have a bad feeling about this. You have a bad feeling about everything, Peach. And as you guys who have actually been seeing how the game is and how the button prompts are, I am still playing on the All-Star version because of one reason and one reason only. It's the sweet HD full screen. But yeah, that's pretty much it. I want to say more, but there's another cutscene coming in, so I'll just wait until it's over and dive in the opposite direction of the cutscene. Let's fucking go.
Power up complete. Thank you for purchasing this item from Gad Science Incorporated. Preparing to register customer information. Scanning and classifying subject data. Subject identified as Mario, resident of the Mushroom Kingdom. Data storage complete. I am Flood, a flash liquidizer ultra dowsing device. I hope to be of assistance. Proceeding with user instruction. Use the R button to shoot water from my tank. If you press the R button all the way down, you can stop and shoot. You can then use the control stick to aim in any direction. Press the X button to switch to the hover nozzle. You can then press the R button to hover in the air for a short time. If this tank is empty, no water can be sprayed. To refill tank, enter a body of water and press the R button. Instructions complete. Proceed.
No, I do not want to hear the explanation again.
Mario.
So now that we got the flood, basically the whole gimmick of Sunshine, is that we get to go explore and have fun. As you saw, we can either press the, this is a switch, it's either the R button or the ZR button, the bumper trigger on the Pro Controller. And for me, I'm playing this on the GameCube. Because this game came out on Switch, and I think they actually added the support for GameCube controllers in an update for this, or just put it out outright when this game was announced. So you can actually like use the GameCube controller, which I've been playing since day one. You could also like some other buttons. You could press the Y button to zoom in. You could use this for better controls. Also, one other like detail about the Switch version and the GameCube version is that I'll actually open up my controller right now. I'll use my Switch controller for this. You can actually let me see here, options. In the normal game, all of this is, or at least some of it is, all of this is flipped. So it's actually based on modern controls, and there is one for modern. To see if you have like the correct one, right is right, left is left, and I was so used to the GameCube that it fucked me up when I went to this game. And I beat this entire game before the update for this, the update for 3D All-Stars came out, where you can just switch it back to the modern or the original controls. But since I've been going back to the original game, I'm going to be playing with modern. It's simple for me, but let's just go. You can also like do some other stuff. Any body of water will help you fill up your tank towards your tank at the bottom right. You could just use the R button to shoot water. For GameCube controllers, you could just hold the analog part and you can move and shoot. If you press it all the way with the trigger, you can use it to the point where you just stand still and you shoot water from the tank. this boss right here, if you even want to call it one, is one of the easiest bosses you can do in Sunshine. It's called the Polluted Piranha, and you're going to be seeing the Polluted Piranha a lot in this game, so be wary of that. But basically, taking out the Polluted Piranha terraforms the airstrip back to normal and saves a little resident of Isle of Delfino. Also, one other funny detail about this is that in the original GameCube, you use B to talk to people. And I don't know why this is still a thing, even like years after the 3D All-Stars came out, is that they use the Switch locale to prioritize or to emphasize the buttons you can press to talk. So in the Switch version, or on Switch controllers, it's the A button. But in the GameCube releases, it's the B button. It's really weird. But yeah, no, basically for the end of this guy, he says that this is all our fault. I'll explain more about the differences in the GameCube and all that. But let's just get our first shine. And with that, first shine acquired.
Nice work, Mario.
Quite an unusual device. Is it some sort of pump?
I am Flood, glad to meet you. Hey, someone's coming.
Court is now in session.
As you are no doubt aware, someone has been senselessly defacing fair Isle Delfino using some paint-like substance. The accused is charged with polluting our beautiful home, and yes, endangering our very way of life. Indeed, how can one not be aware of what is going on? Though it is daytime in Delfino Plaza, our poor residents tremble beneath a veil of darkness. Expert shine scholars have determined that this darkness has arisen because all of our guardians, the shine sprites, have vanished from their gathering spot at the shine gate. The reason? It's quite obvious. This horrible graffiti is to blame. Behold this sketch of the perpetrator based on eyewitness descriptions. The truth is obvious. The guilty party sits among us. It is none other than Mario.
Objection!
Overruled. I judge the defendant guilty as charged. I hereby order the defendant to clean this entire island. Until Isle Delfino is completely free of his vile handiwork, Mario shall not be allowed to leave. Court adjourned.
It was like 2 to 3 memes I could have put there.
This appears to be quite a predicament, Mario. Data analysis verifies that the island's inhabitants are indeed troubled by pollution, but the pollution itself is not the main problem. Mario, you witnessed this object at the airstrip, correct? It is a shine sprite. Shine sprites are the source of power on Isle Delfino. They used to gather in great numbers at the Shine Gate, but the graffiti incident has polluted the island and most of the shine sprites have fled. There is no longer any power to support the peaceful lifestyle of the islanders. It is most pitiable. The only way to ensure the return of the shine sprites is to keep the island from becoming any dirtier. The perpetrator is likely at work even as we speak. And you, Mario, are being treated as a criminal. Tomorrow we must do our best to resolve this situation.
No, I do not want to hear it.
Go straight that way. You can't miss the mess now. Your first job's to get rid of all that ugliness. And remember, we'll be watching you, pal. We'll know if you start slacking off.
I said, man, 2002, and I did not expect this game to have voice-acted cutscenes. And to this day, I don't think there's any like first-hand Mario games that have voice-acted cutscenes. So fuck. Anyway, we just got to go up here and just clean the majority of this mess. And yeah, that's pretty much it. One thing I've been doing a lot is a a shotgun, like a shotgun spray for the good old. God damn, I'm so used to sometimes the game controls on how to aim the water that I instinctively hit down to go like up with this thing. Anyway, if you don't do anything to the polluted piranha, he just goes back to his hidey hole. You just basically gotta spray more water on him and then he'll pop out. So just be mindful of that. But yeah, no, basically just that's how it's gonna work. I hit the analog part again. That's like the one thing I'll say, like to some people who just don't get used to the controls. The Switch controller has 2 buttons for shooting. Basically, one of them is for normal walking shooting, and the other one is for turret mode. I'll explain what those are after this cutscene is done and dusted.
On the statue's head.
Mario?
And here's Shadow Mario, basically just running after Peach. Can't be an adventure or a Mario game without Peach being kidnapped. But let's just go. Oops, landed on that one. Basically, right now we're just trying to chase after this shadowy figure. I think it's just, I think they call it Shadow Mario in the game because it is just a shadowy version of Mario. But just shoot enough water at it, he knocks down Peach. You shouldn't be allowed to use tools like that. Basically, just disappeared. He's heading for the square. Get to him. I already made it. There you go. Basically, if you stand too far away from him, he just starts guffawing. He starts like laughing and all that. You gotta be close to him for him to get to his next point, which is right here. And you can get there early, and he'll just despawn from the cutscene. Spray water in the M, jump in the M, and we get towards our first level of the game. Bianco Hills. Episode 1, Road to the Big Windmill. Anyway, back to what I was saying about like the different modes in like the controller. Since I'm playing on GameCube, the GameCube controller is special in the way that it has 2 sets of triggers, or 2 sets of setups for the trigger. There's the analog setup, where if you just press the analog and don't fully press the button, you can move and shoot at the same time, which is very good for platforming or just fleeing on the way. Hold the button and you get into a turret stance. You can only move left and right and aim it up and down, but that's pretty much it. If I move on to my Switch controller, the trigger for it acts like the analog part, which is really good and where your finger would mostly be placed. And then the R button would go into turret mode, and you can use this to go around. So you don't have to like mess up on doing those setups. And if you don't want to like play on the original GameCube controller, then I would recommend the Pro controller because the setup is really good. One button for just walking and shooting, and the other one for turret placement is really good. And if you have the GameCube Switch controller, as they dub it, where the GameCube controller is acted like a Switch controller and it has 2 more buttons and all that, the Smash Brothers one is the best way. I think there should have been a picture on screen like a while ago. It's way better, and you can play this game as I think like originally supposed to be played, but you can just use it better than it should have been. But back on my controller I go. Right now we're just trying to get to the top of this windmill here. And one of the things is that we just have to get to it. The controls in Mario Sunshine are not that bad. They're a little better than Mario 64, but to some people it can be worse than Mario 64. You still got your normal like jumps. You got your A button to jump. You can still do triple jumps on the ground. If I can time it again. You can still do triple jumps, which is what I did with the shotgun blast. You do side flips as well, which are helping out for a traversal and like stopping your momentum if you want to stay in place. There's ground pounds as well. You can dive in this game, which is like kind of reminiscent of the dive that Mario has in 64. You can also use this with your flood. As you've been seeing a lot of times, one of the other tricks you can do in this game is like place water down and you'll be able to slide on that water, get tremendous ground movement, and you can get more traction on the ground than if you were to just do it without it. So like if you were to do it here with no water, you get to a stop. But if you put water down, then ride it, that water current on the side, a little wake, because you're just moving at good speed, and you're not going to be stopped by anything unless it's like the water on the ground, obstacles, or mostly these slimes. And that's the only way you can like be stopped from riding on the water. Flood here, you can just press the X button to switch between squirt mode, basically your normal way of cleaning the water. I call it just like normal nozzle. And then there's hover mode, where you press X, get to the hover nozzle, and you can just use it to like stall in place, move backwards. It's one of the best parts about the Sunshine's controls. But enough about that, let's just go and just clean this this mess. And then basically, this is like the third time we have fought against the polluted piranha. God damn it, I did it again. I did it again. It's gonna be a thing. It's gonna be a thing. But basically, the whole premise of this is that we're just fighting the polluted piranha. This is the third time we have fought him, and it is very funny that it has happened like that. Third time's the charm again. Now you can like do anything you want while it's going. The cutscene just happens, and all the goop that was there disappears, and the land terraforms back to what it was before. Very simple mission, very simple to get your bearings straight into playing Sunshine. And one other thing is that you can just like look around, see what you do. All the coins that are back there are just from enemies and the goop that was there. Refilling your water tank is a simple back in the tutorial is that you can either go to a small like welling hole they had in the airstrip, or you could just more easily go into like bodies of lakes, rivers, and oceans and refill your flood that way. It also is a simple way to get rid of all your goop. Well, right now, actually, I'm going to be putting the GameCube screen on the bottom left for one reason and one reason only, because it's actually kind of funny. You can skip this shine, and you can see in the bottom right there, you can just keep going. You can keep gunning it towards the next area. And it's funny that you can do that because, and I'll show this, the next shine automatically just tells us to go that direction. But once we get to the top of that windmill, there's going to be an NPC there that like tells us that we're going too far. Like, this isn't where you're supposed to be stuff. And it's kind of funny that at the end, you can just get to the end of episode 2 without even getting the first shine of episode 1. Down with PD Piranha. So, it's kind of funny. Right now, since we fixed the entirety of the land, we're just here to fight PD Piranha. And how this LP is going to work necessarily is that there's going to be like 2 to 3 shines per episode. Depends on A, how long they are, B, what shines they are, and C, if I'm not doing some collectathon at the end of it. But basically for now, we're just going to be going through the rest of Bianco Hills, which is going to be going to beat PD Piranha. It's really funny that you could just skip the first shine of the game to get the second shine of the game. Technically, the first shine is what we got in the airstrip, where we just saved the airstrip. But I don't count that one. But if you do, you do. This would be like the third shine in it. But right now, we're just trying to get to the top of the windmill, and this is going to be fun. Said it before, though, this is going to be a full completion run of just everything this game has to offer. Also, show me some speedrunning tricks in compared with the normal way of how to do shines, because though I've not done shines normally, I have done mostly like the shines that allow me to, and how I remembered it, there are some glitches you can do in this game that make some shines pretty like non-sequential, not even an issue. I should probably just not do that because I think I'm going to be skipping the NPC. Yep, there's the NPC. Ow. That hurt. Alright, let's just go back up then. But yeah, no. One grab I will say about this game, and that one of my friends brought it up, is that this game's combat. Yes, combat in a Mario game. The platforming in this game is a little hard. Yeah, this like combat's I said combat. Jesus Christ. the controls in this game are a little like harsh, not unforgiving, but they're a little harsh compared with what you were used to. But with how you can act, you can actually like traverse this game more freeform than anything else if you know what you're doing. And I knew what I was doing, but fucking one thing I have with hover nozzles is that you can use it, but sometimes you're just not gonna be able to get up. This NPC here is the one that tells you aren't you supposed to be doing something else first if you just skip the first shine though. Could you help us out with the big-headed creature up there? You're the only one who we can ask to lend us a hand. I know it's a pain, but you think you can handle it? I don't know, man. I'm probably not the best man to ask for a job. But for now, we're just going to be going. One other thing I'll say as well, for at least the difference between GameCube and the 3D All-Stars version, or I'm just going to be calling it the Switch version, is that lives in this game actually do save on the Switch version. One of the things this game is known for is that since it was a part of its time in the GameCube, you actually, when you gain lives, you don't keep them when you turn on the system again. But on Switch, they stay. I'm not going to be staying quiet for every cutscene in the game. I just wanted to let that roar go on. It's such a good roar. But yeah, no, like, lives in this game are kept in the Switch version, which is really good, and has actually helped me a lot more into learning glitches in this game because it was more fairer to understand. Right now, we're just going to be fighting against PD Piranha, our second clear. First one. I did it again. That's going to be a running thing with this game. I did it again. That's just going to be like a thing from this LP, just I did it again. Muscle memory's a bitch. Okay, I'll stick it. Basically, the whole point of this fight is that we're supposed to just shoot water in his gullet, fill him up, and once he like falls over, ground pound his little belly button, and we're done. Free hit, normal Mario rule. You could just use this to your advantage, and if you think you're getting like not a lot of like bang for your buck on your nozzle, you could just use the you can use the zoom in button to make aiming a little easier, and I should probably start doing that because it might help me from like doing those things again. But I'm just used to this because you can still like aim and all that, and zooming in is just only beneficial if you don't know how to shoot or you just want to get it in. After that, that's the third hit, and he just crumples into chocolate sludge. Nice. This video's gotten a little long enough. Holy shit. But after this, we are done with Mario Sunshine. That is for today's episode. So, next time on Mario Sunshine, we're going to be going through more of like this game and just to show some other shit, but it's pretty simple. Hopefully you guys will enjoy Mario Sunshine, and hopefully you guys will stick around because God, some missions are known for being an ass. But thank you all for joining me today, and talk to y'all then.